So, I'm finally hopping on the bandwagon that is hating on SleepyKinq. In reality, I don't hate Sleepy. Really, I like his style and his animations, and his memes aren't terrible. I guess you can call this video mildly criticizing SleepyKinq for his animation memes, comic, and animated comic parts.
Bro, I ain't got no chill.
The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Hey guys, it's Perk here. Now I'm going to start off this whole thing by saying I don't hate SleepyKinq, or his work or anything like that. I just had quite a lot to say to him ever since I read his comic and I found his YouTube, but I've just been saving it. Me and my friend read his comic a few days ago, so I'm pretty caught up on it. We got to page 95 before we finally got tired of it, but then the next day I went back and continued it. To sugarcoat things, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever read in my whole life, but it did have quite a few problems, however, so I'm going to point them out and give my opinions on them, and then see if I can think of a way to fix them. Now, his animation memes are probably the best thing he's made in my opinion. I'm just upset with the fact that he uses his talent to make memes. Memes aren't all that impressive when you have the animation skills that Sleepy has. Sleepy is fully capable of full-length, smooth-looking animations, though he doesn't really do that. Animation memes are really for beginners like me, so in no way am I claiming that I'm better at animating than him, because I know I'm not. I'm just saying that he knows how to tween, but he's only using it for memes because it brings him the views and the subs. I mean, hell, memes is how I found him. I usually preferred hand-drawn animation, but his tweens look pretty good, not to mention that his style is really unique. But besides that, his memes aren't bad. Sure, I can pinpoint the places that they're being well tweened, but they're alright. Some are noticeably worse than others, like this clip. To me, this looks choppier than his other works, but other than that, I think his memes are really good.
And I want to say that I'm the main protag.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Oh, you want me to do that? Just said shut up? Okay.
Excuse me? Are you crazy?
Maybe you are the crazy one here.
It's funny because it's not even, it's just like very cringy dialogue. It's like, oh, child,
I honestly
but it's like,
don't know if this person speaks English. No.
let me the guy throw him up.
Okay.
Stop crying like a child.
Monotone as fuck.
Today is my birthday.
Meanwhile, that's a child.
No, okay, I just want to point out that, like, he took time to explain who, like, the people were, but did he just kill them?
Here's where the real problems start. His comic is truly a huge mess. You have weird breaks in the comic to introduce characters, random characters that die for no real reason, odd, never going anywhere subplots, and overall a weird style of storytelling. The art and whatnot is fine, better at times, but the story is the thing. Firstly, the breaks. Character introductions, aka breaks, are very unnecessary and overall take the person out of the action or the immersion of the comic. Sleepy should really let the characters speak for themselves without breaking the fourth wall. I'm pretty sure we can pick up on the names and personalities on our own. Just like with a lot of other media, you don't really see introductions like this. I mean, wouldn't it be odd if in the middle of an episode of SpongeBob, they paused the episode to give a new character its own intro, only for him to never show up in that show ever again? Yeah, it's pretty out of place in my head. Secondly, the random characters. Jesse, the character that was only on 16 pages out of the whole comic, which is 142 pages. How are we supposed to feel for this character when we only see him for about 11% of this whole comic? Not only that, but he's only there to be punched by his supposedly good, abusive father, establish that he's friends with Alfred's new daughter, and then die for seemingly no reason. Wouldn't there be other ways of showing these? Hell, have his father show off that he is a good but drunk person by having him punch a wall or something, maybe lash out at someone else at the bar. Have Alfred go home to his family and have his daughter notice that he's acting strange and snap him out of possession. See, I just fixed the need for Jesse to be in the store within about 2 minutes. Third and lastly, the subplots are brought up and then dropped within about 20 pages. Jack, the father, has what I can only assume is a subplot in which he's just shown, as aforementioned, abusing his son, getting thrown out of bars only to return to them again, and talking to a living beer bottle. Why was this needed? Like Jesse, he really isn't needed, but I'll dive into characters and such later. The only thing I have to say to wrap this point up is, I can't be too mad at SleepyKinq because this seems to be his first webcomic and he's still learning. I just hope if he does see this, that he'll take my points into consideration and possibly remake his comic over, except without any of these story problems. I'm only going to talk about the characters with reference sheets, so there's only a few. Also, I'm going to make another little list here because I'm original. Cow, Ko, Cow. Honestly, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, so I'm sorry, Sleepy, but I'm gonna call him Cow. My apologies if it's wrong now. Now, straight off the bat, I have to say that Cow does not look like a goat, and that's fine. I'm not here to complain about Sleepy's style. I was merely caught off guard at the fact that he was a goat and all. Next on the reference sheet, Cow is shown with a bag and 2 different kinds of wings, a devil and an angel wing. The only thing I have to say about this is the fact that the wings kind of make the character seem a bit Gary Sue-ish. I feel as though Cow would be fine without them, seeing as from what I've watched and seen, I've never seen him using them to fly. I'm not even sure he can, seeing as the size of them to begin with. And as for the bag, again, it's not seen in the comic or the animated series as of now, and I'm fine with it. Cow to me looks a lot better without it on, in my opinion. The only real bad thing that I really dislike is the fact that his personality seems to revolve around the fact that he's gay, and definitely gay for Alfred. Sure, this can sometimes work, but I don't really think it works with him too well. Overall, he's a pretty alright character, and I kinda like him. God, I really dislike Arthur. Not only does he just appear in the comic for a few pages to add some gore and to add that pointless, sad backstory to Jeremy, but he seems to be the most overpowered character in the comic, worse than his son. I like the way he looks quite a lot, blue being one of my favorite colors after all, but after that I really don't like the rest of his character. First off, he's 70. 70. The ages are a bit fucked in the comics anyways, so I'm not going to bring up the fact that he would have been 50 when he showed up in the comic, but I just don't think he should look that young for 70. I've heard of 50-year-olds looking 30 or even 20, but 70 looking 20? Nope, never. Then we have his unexplained fire powers. Why must he have them? Again, it seems a bit Gary Sue-ish. It might work better if it had an explanation, though it really doesn't. This also applies to the whole Shinigami cat thing. What does that imply? He's a death god, but what else? Are we going by Death Note rules or made-up rules? It's never explained why Shinigamis are so present in the comic or animated series, as it's only mentioned for a little bit. Does the whole Shinigami thing make people crazy? It seems it, as both known Shinigami characters are in fact crazy, Arthur and his son. But other than all that shit, Arthur is a decent character. He's got flaws and unexplained powers, but his physical design is pretty nice to look at. I don't know how I feel about his character. I'm very unsure. Surprisingly, I actually like Alfred a lot. He's more of the almost relatable character in a way. The only thing I do dislike about him is the fact that on his ref, he has a lot of added features that haven't been shown in the comic or the series. His eye, tail, and other wounds haven't been explained yet. And I know it's a nitpick, but it just sort of bugs me in a way, you know? The only other thing I have to say is, why are all of SleepyKinq's characters every sexual orientation other than straight? Is it a crime to be straight in a world where straight is the norm? It just seems a bit too LGBT for me. Sure, I am pansexual, but out of all 16 of my characters, I only have about 3 to 4 of non-straight characters. Other than all that garbage, I really like Alfred. He seems to be the only actually level-headed character in the series, and I like that. Alfred has to be my favorite. Now, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this little speech about mystery, and I will get very upset. You've been warned. Alright. I really fucking hate Mystery as a character. I only enjoy his fur colors, and that's it. Other than that, he's a Gary Sue from head to weapon. His actions have little to no explanation, and sometimes are just really cringe-inducing, and he is way too over-sexualized. Mystery has so many flaws that I can make a whole other video about how much I truly hate him, but for now, I'll summarize myself the best I can while getting my points across. My first and biggest problem with him is that he is a crazy, insane killer for seemingly no reason. If it's explained in the comic, I completely missed it, but my best guess is the fact that he snapped out of nowhere and just decided, hey, Alfred's parents were actually being decent parents and wanted their child to do his work before presumably going out to play? Well, better kill him for not letting their kid go out for once. It would have made hell of a lot more sense for Mystery to turn against his own father rather than going after Alfred's parents, but whatever, I guess. The next thing is that he's just too damn edgy. I really don't need to say anything. The pictures and videos speak for themselves. Then there's the whole fact that his age is fucked up. I mean, if he spent 20 years looking for Alfred, that means he started when he was 21. Usually non-ill people would know by then that murdering people can cause major problems, not only with the law, but with their own health. So I'm going to assume that the ages are a bit fucked. And if they aren't, well then, what the fuck? Next, if he does have an illness, what is it? The only thing I can really see is schizophrenia, which, if I'm correct, Sleepy has not done a very good job in showing off the symptoms of it. I'm gonna go off on a small rant about something similar, so if you don't care, skip to this time now. Still here? Perfect. Now, a great mentally ill character that works is Richtofen from Call of Duty Zombies. What? A COD game has complex characters? This is insane! No, now let me explain. Dr. Edward Richtofen is actually a doctor and inventor, though the one I'm talking about seems to be sort of a fake doctor. Wait a minute. Son of a bitch! Anywho, he also developed schizophrenia right before the start of the games. Now, this is the whole package, mind you. Voices, aggression, inappropriate emotional responses to things, false belief in superiority, and the list goes on. I'm just comparing to the basic Google search results. He doesn't just go around killing people, however. Even mentally ill people don't just go running around killing for fun. About 99% of the time, if they're going to kill someone, they plan it out and they have a reason for doing it. Mystery just kills people because they mildly annoy him and call him a stupid name. That's not really cool. I'm really mad because this really shows off of this really shows what an edgy character is, and everyone's like, my favorite edgy my favorite edgy character will always be Richtofen because he has
But he's it's actually pulled off quite well.
Yeah, and he actually has legit reasons of why he's he does what he does.
Schizophrenic, and they don't show they show the correct symptoms.
And that, not only that, but the reason why he fucking killed Maxis was the fact of Maxis was stealing all of his ideas, all of his personal ideas. Would you not want to kill someone after they stole all your work?
It's not like you just randomly kill someone because they walk in oh my god, I hear footsteps, now you're dead, bye.
Yeah, and it's in the games, he doesn't go around killing his crew. He only just blows up the earth for a reason, to just gain power. But I mean, yeah.
I think I can describe this by saying that most people will give edgy characters a mental illness that is categorized by the main symptom. For example, schizophrenic, they have voices.
Yeah.
But they don't give them all the
all of the main symptoms.
of like side effects and other main symptoms that maybe aren't as like commonly.
Yeah, because it's like schizophrenia does not only just mean voices. The newer Richtofen also has schizophrenia, but you don't hear him like, oh, the voices. He the one has the paranoia and the mood swings,
Yeah.
which is actually pulled off really well, and I love it because, yeah. Anyways, fucking continue reading this. Now, I'm not saying it's confirmed that Mystery has schizophrenia, but it seems the most likely. The thing is, however, Sleepy just doesn't know how to play it off well if it is what Mystery has. If it's something else, the case may be different, but I haven't seen anything to suggest that he really has an illness. Which leads me back to my point. Mystery doesn't really have any rhyme or reason for what he does in this comic. It's proven that he can feel guilty, though he doesn't feel guilty about what he did to Alfred. Instead, he blames the poor guy. He blames Alfred for moving away, as to not live alone, and for moving on and getting a new, better friend that won't kill his family. Another thing that seems to bug me just as much is the fact that Mystery now just seems to want to torture Alfred for no reason. As seen in some of Sleepy's art, and on the ref for Alfred, he's apparently Mystery's slave. Which I don't really like, as there's no reason for it other than to make rape jokes or gore scenes, or hell, both. Rape jokes to start aren't that funny to many people in the first place, and are really for when you're alone with friends who are comfortable with them, not really for the internet. And as for the gore, it's not that great either. Knife gore to me is just overused and boring. Maybe if you used that scythe or something, it would be better. But gore, especially being done by Mystery, just comes off as edgy and kind of silly to witness. I do like that filter going on, though. Also, the two different colored eyes is very special snowflake-like, so, yeah. Plus, the way he got it wouldn't work at all, but okay. Finally, this video is almost over with, and I'm done talking about that ass of a character. In the end, I don't really care about all the drama going around Sleepy at this moment in time, as it has been done to death already. So what? He got another strike for a video he probably shouldn't have uploaded. He seems to have learned his lesson now. Sure, it took an extra push, but I bet he gets it now. So, a quick review of Sleepy's things. Animation. 9 out of 10. It's very good. I enjoy watching his memes, and I don't really think he needs to change them. Comic. 4.5 out of 10. Meh. This comic has a lot of flaws, and I feel as though if Sleepy was to redo the whole thing, it would be a lot better. Cow. 7 out of 10. Cow is very cute, and I do like his innocent look, but kinky side. I just wish that his character was more than just labeling him as gay for Alfred, and he had an explanation for his bags and wings. And if they were both the same type, that would be great too. Arthur. 4 out of 10. Arthur is a meh character. He looks great, though he's unexplained, undeveloped, and overall just overpowered for no reason. If he had an explanation for his powers and why he's a Shinigami and whatnot, I would like him a bit more. Alfred, 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoy Alfred. The only thing I would change about him is an explanation for his eye and other wounds, and the way Mystery treats him. Mystery. 0.1 out of 10. Please, Sleepy. Just remake the character. Or at least give him a good-ass explanation for his dumbass actions. Please. Thank you. And with that, this concludes my little critique on SleepyKinq and his content. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And again, no hate towards Sleepy. His stuff is really cool. I'm actually watching him on DeviantArt and stuff. And once his commission's open, I'm probably going to buy something from him. But, yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.